welcome to the Speeding Bulletin. My name is Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com. This is all the Superman related news there was for the week July 24th to July 30th, 2009. In movie news, MTV's Splash page has a video interview with Kevin Spacey promoting his new indie film, Shrink. During the interview, they asked him about a possible return to the role of Lex Luthor. He said, "They have me. We made a several picture deal," and added, "I had a great time doing it and it's one of the great iconic parts." Meanwhile, IGN.com reports that at the San Diego Comic-Con panel for their Dead of Night movie, Brandon Routh and Sam Huntington are both interested in returning for the sequel if it happens. ComicBookResources.com caught up with Brandon Routh at the San Diego Comic-Con as well. About 2 minutes into the interview, he talks about Superman Returns and the fan reaction to the costume. He also talks about the challenges of acting in front of a green screen and compares his new comic book roles to playing Superman. Dave Gibbons, co-creator of Watchmen and the artist who drew the classic For the Man Who Has Everything Superman comic book story, thinks that Warner Brothers should not make Superman darker in the next movie. He said, "My personal view is that they should make it lighter, with that sense of wonder that Superman has always had. Not to make it childish or puerile, but to make it something that has a bright sense of adventure and possibility." You can read the complete interview at the Digital Spy website. Superman homepage reporters Ivan James and Louis James sent in pictures from Mattel booth at the San Diego Comic-Con with photographs of upcoming 13-inch versions of the Christopher Reeve Superman character and the Terrence Stamp General Zod character. Superman appears to come with the Fortress of Solitude's control panel complete with green crystal, while Zod appears to be holding the heated-up rifle he super-suctioned away from the deputy in Superman 2. At his feet appears to be the machine gun he used in the White House scene. Green Lantern First Flight, the latest direct-to-DVD animated film from Warner Brothers, is now out in both a 1-disc and 2-disc special edition. Of interest to Superman fans are some of the special features on the main disc. The disc has a special preview of the September 29th direct-to-DVD release Superman Batman Public Enemies. The preview includes interviews with much of the cast and crew. Barry Fryman gives out all the details in an article posted to the Superman homepage now. Cinemaquette unveiled their upcoming Christopher Reeve Superman maquette at the San Diego Comic-Con. This high-quality statue with real hair, silicon skin and crystal eyes is a 1/3 scale depiction of Superman coming into land at the Fortress of Solitude. In TV news, the Smallville panel at the San Diego Comic-Con was a huge hit. Tom Welling made a surprise appearance joining fellow cast members on the panel. They showed a Season 9 promo trailer that revealed the long black trenchcoat-like Superman costume Tom will be wearing in early Season 9. There was also footage of Zod, Metallo, Lois in the future, a Lois and Clark sex scene, and the news that Jeff Johns would be writing a Justice Society episode this coming season. Voices from KRYPTON editor Edward Gross was among reporters who caught up with Smallville executive producers Brian Peterson and Kelly Souders at Comic-Con. In this audio interview they discussed the next stage in Clark's evolution, the physical introduction of Zod, and of course Clark's new threads. Listen to the audio interview at comicbookmovie.com. Superman homepage reviewer James Lance continues reviewing episodes of the 1950s Adventures of Superman TV series. Check out his review of The Case of the Talkative Dummy, involving a curious mystery surrounding a strange ventriloquist dummy. Warner Premiere announced their slate of motion comics set for release in 2009. Titles include the previously announced Superman Red Sun, Batgirl Year 1, and Batman Black and White Collection 2. For a limited time, the first episode of Superman Red Sun is now available on iTunes for free. Future episodes will debut once a week, and fans are encouraged to sign up for a season pass to automatically receive future episodes. Superman homepage reporters Ivan James and Louis James filed a report from the 2009 San Diego Comic-Con Superman 2 Worlds panel. There was a whole slew of points coming out of the panel. Check out the full report at the website. Newsarama had a real-time report from Saturday's Comic-Con DC Universe editorial presentation panel. There wasn't all that much Superman stuff discussed, but there is some news of super interest. Mon-El is joining the new Justice League of America, and his costume will now include a metallic Super S. DC has plans for Superman's dog. James Robinson told the audience Krypto will be in Adventure Comics. Writer Grant Morrison and artist Frank Quitely won the Best Continuing Series Award at the Eisner Awards for their work on All-Star Superman, ahead of 4 other nominees. USA Today has published an interview with artist Lee Bermeo, in which he discusses his work on the Superman strip being published in the Weekly Wednesday Comics publication and also on the USA Today website. He said, "Things really start to pick up. I promise you we're going to bring the house down. Stuff really kicks into overdrive. That's all I can say though." Don't forget the 4th of 12 Superman comic strips from the Weekly Wednesday Comics publication is now available to read online at USA Today's website. ComicBookResources.com reports that J. Michael Straczynski gave a little hint during a panel he conducted on Saturday at the San Diego Comic-Con that he is writing a Superman comic book. Will he be coming on board one of the regular titles, or is he doing a book of his own? Stay tuned for future announcements. Superman comic books we reviewed this week included Supergirl number 43, which was reviewed by Jeffrey Bridges, who said, "This was better than last issue by a good amount," and he gave it a 4 out of 5. Final Crisis Legion of Three Worlds number 5 was reviewed by Barry Fryman, who gave it a 4 out of 5, saying, "The series ends with a whiz-bang and I really enjoyed it." Barry also reviewed Wednesday Comics number 3, saying, "There's not much new added to the story this week." Superman comics and other items shipping this week from July 29th include Justice League of America number 35, Superman number 690, Wednesday Comics number 4, Superman and Batman vs. Vampires and Werewolves trade paperback, and the Superman Mini Neon Sign US version. Superman fans can now select a Superman theme to adorn their iGoogle page, including a new KRYPTON theme recently added to the collection. Episode 55 of Radio KAL, the monthly podcast of the Superman homepage, is now online. In this month's Radio KAL show, Neal and I discuss the San Diego Comic-Con, Smallville Season 9 promo video, Jeff Johns writing a JSA episode, Zod and Metallo in Season 9, Cleveland SuperCon, Superman comic books, Bizarro Superman movie, and more. Be sure to also check out Last Son of Krypton Chapter 55 and Lost Daughter of Krypton Chapter 27 audio dramas from pendantaudio.com. Superman homepage reviewer James Lance concludes reviewing story arcs from the 1940s and 1950s Superman radio series. Check out his review of the story of Marina Baum, the last available episode in this decade-long series available to review. And a huge thank you to James Lance for his 2-year run reviewing the Superman radio series. To get a 10% discount on any order placed at supermansuperstore.com between July 31st and August 6th, you'll need this week's coupon code word, and that code word is STEEL, S-T-E-E-L. And that's all the Superman news there was for the week July 24th, July 30th. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Hello, welcome to Bailey Planet. Today I am going to talk to you about Blackest Night, because I just read issue 1. And it's the first comic I've been like, woo, wanting to read like a little kid in a couple of years, actually. I don't know, maybe that's not true. Hyperbole is, something I never, ever use. But it was a lot of fun. The idea of a world hero morning day, the little touches that it kind of had that made it kind of not your typical kind of event so far. It feels more like Sinestro than it did the say Final Crisis, or even more Infinite Crisis. Kind of like a mix between the Sinestro story and the Final Crisis vibe, and the Infinite Crisis vibe, rather. Meaning it feels like an event, but it also feels like a character story. We don't get too far in, but already the Pa Kent overtones are starting to manifest themselves in the idea of this death coming for you and death coming for everybody. Very much at the forefront of my mind right now. I mean, I've lost 2 relatives this last year, and the whole idea of being able to see them again, very creepy and a very good internal scare. I'm digging it so far. I read the first issue and I was expecting, because I haven't been digging Flash Rebirth as much, but I think it has potential to be a really good story with a lot of strong Superman elements in it. It's the first event in a while I've been pretty excited about. Bailey Planet is sponsored by Gibbo.